Hi there. Welcome to the first of a series of reflections on this Easter and Passover week. With unleavened bread and bitter herbs you shall eat the Passover. That's how Moses told the Israelite slaves to prepare for their escape from Egypt, by having a party, a celebration, a meal that would mark the sacrifice of the Passover Lamb, with its blood smeared across their doors, the bread baked in haste and eaten with bitter herbs, a symbol of the bitterness of their 400 years of slavery and the deep-rooted nature of their captivity. Throughout the history of the Jewish people, this annual family meal, a 5 or 10 course kosher meal that we celebrate this week at the time of Easter, reminds us of our deliverance from bondage, our redemption from slavery, our freedom from the 10 plagues, a fresh start on a new journey to freedom and the promise of a new life. Jesus, Yeshua, would have celebrated something of this every year as he grew up, as a child in Nazareth, singing the joyful songs, asking questions of his parents, and part of his large extended family visiting Jerusalem for the holiday period. But now he transforms the celebration. It is going to speak of both disaster and triumph. It will show his life, his teaching, his arrest, trial, death by crucifixion, and rising from the dead. This final Passover meal, his last supper with his disciples, illustrates his atonement for our sin, his rising from the dead, his glorious resurrection. Passover shows his passing over from death to life, and Jesus invites us to follow him in our escape from death. So how will you and I celebrate Passover during this time of the coronavirus? This seems to be even more ravaging than the 10 plagues that befell on the Egyptians. Our whole world, whether Israelite, Egyptian, or anyone else, is caught up in the toll of sickness and death that follows from this plague. I suppose that all we can do is live with hope and the expectation that God is ultimately in control and will put everything to right. So even as we prepare this week, Easter week, for the death and resurrection of Yeshua, of Jesus, let us also look to God to provide a way of escape and a way of deliverance, even at this time. I give you my greetings in the name of the Messiah Yeshua. Thank you for listening.